Hi, this is Dale Calvert. I'd like to welcome you to this week's MLM Minute. If you look at every leader, the top money earners in any company in the marketplace, you're going to find that these people have a real strong belief in four areas. Number one is in the company itself. Number two is in the product or the service that they market. Number three is in the network marketing industry and the residual income power that it provides people. And number four is in themselves. There's four beliefs: company, product, industry, themselves. Now, what happens when people first get involved in this industry? Most people are kind of skeptical, and that's normal, and eventually they get enough good information, and I call it the pendulum in their mind, and they're over here and they're skeptical about it. They're just not sure. And then they get enough information, that pendulum starts to move where they kind of get to neutral, and they think, okay, what's my risk? I'll go ahead and I'll sign up, I'll join. And that's how most people, the mental process that most people go through. So the pendulum, it's kind of swings back and forth, and they're skeptical, and it gets to neutral, and they join. If it's in neutral, the odds of them going in the marketplace and creating any kind of results with a pendulum or belief structure that's on neutral, or even slightly positive, it's not going to happen. So the first step is people have to get plugged in to the world, whatever that world is. Most companies have corporate conference calls. They have maybe webinars, testimony lines, and get plugged into that world, and at least get yourself to where your pendulum is over towards belief. See, as human beings, we're all made up of opinions, attitudes, and beliefs. We all have opinions about stuff that we have no need even having an opinion about. I mean, I'll give you my opinion if you ask me about it, but really, I probably don't know a clue about what I'm talking about. I'm just giving you my opinion. And attitude is much stronger. And attitude is based upon some facts. It's based upon some documentation. You know, we've heard people say, well, they got a real attitude about that. Well, they're stronger. It's much stronger than an opinion. And then a belief is as strong as emotion as we can have. When we believe, we know what we know, and it doesn't matter what anybody else says, beliefs don't waver. So when you look at the top people in any company, they have a belief in the company, the product, the industry, and themselves. That's the four beliefs. And what we do a lot of times with new people, we get started and we look at people that have been around for a while and have those beliefs, and we start comparing our belief or our opinion to their belief, and we think, well, no wonder they can do it. They've got so much conviction about what they're doing. Yeah, but how did they get there? See, that's the real question. How did they get from a positive opinion to a belief about what they're doing? I mean, and again, new people, they get involved and they get a positive response and they're all fired up, and then the next day their grandmother says, well, I took that product and it gave me diarrhea, and they're, you know, it's like their pendulum swinging back and forth all the time. It's like from day to day, it's up and down and down and up. And guys, when it's like that, that's normal in the beginning. But you have to work towards belief. And the only way you can do that is to get plugged into the world that the company offers. Conference calls, webinars, testimony lines. You know, get enough information where you can work towards belief. If your company has a corporate event, get there. Just sit there, watch, see what's going on. You will get to a belief, and you will only perform at your highest level when you are at belief. We're all made up of opinions, attitudes, and beliefs. Nobody joins a company and all of a sudden has great belief in that company. That is developed over time. And if your pendulum is swinging when you first get involved, it's supposed to. It does for everybody. But if you just stay plugged in, you will get to a point where you have a real strong attitude about what you're doing. Not an opinion, not a positive opinion, but an attitude. And if you continue to stay in the world, over time, that attitude will become belief. And when you have belief in what you're doing, it just becomes very, very simple. I look back and I look at people over the years, and one of the only things high performance people have in common is they got plugged in, they stayed plugged in, they got to a point of belief, and then they really started to perform. So I just want to encourage you, whatever you're doing, understand, you say, well, Dale, one day I'm excited and the next day I get discouraged and I get frustrated and I get aggravated, and that pendulum is going to swing like this in the beginning. And when it gets over here, you have to know how to get it at least back to neutral. And it's Tuesday night, there's a corporate call, get on it, that will help. And then tomorrow somebody's going to tell you you're an idiot. So it's going to swing back over here. Okay? You have to know what to do to give yourself the documented facts to keep yourself at least at neutral until you can develop the belief. We make decisions based upon emotion. We justify based upon facts. And what happens in this industry a lot of times is when people get discouraged, they don't go back to the facts. And if you continue to go back to the facts, and the facts justify your decision that you made, then hang on to it. If 1,000 people say a stupid thing, it's still a stupid thing. Work towards belief. This is Dale Calvert. I'll see you next week on the MLM Minute.